Hey everyone, have I here been a video on Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battle. In this video, we're going to be discussing some major news, updates, and changes that's happening for Dokkan. So with that, if you're new to my channel, like, subscribe, comment below, do all that good stuff. Let's go ahead and dive right in. And I'm excited to talk to you about this because it's very important for the future of the game. And of course, they ended up dropping this news early in the morning, 3 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time for me. Of course, I didn't see it right when it posted. Some of you guys, this is a normal time, but for me, 3 o'clock in the morning, I am fast asleep. The funny thing is, I actually went to sleep early, so I wasn't even able to summon on these two new banners for Turles or 1718, so those videos will come out later on. But anyway, if you haven't seen the producer's letter, go ahead and dive in. I'll put the links in the description below and watch them, but I'm going to go over the highlights, the major highlights for both of these versions, primarily the global one, right? So first and foremost, let's talk about the timeline they provided for us when it came to scheduling on the merger of Global and JP. Now, a lot of people were speculating, oh, okay, are we going to get this in the 9-year anniversary, or are we going to get this by New Year's? And I was hoping that that was going to be the case, but it seems like what's going to happen here, it's going to take at least a year for the merger to happen. As you can see, it showed the schedule here about the timeline from the 7th year to 8th year anniversary, talking about original animations, talking about domain, and then leading into the 9-year anniversary, it talks about tweaks and feats planned for the 10-year anniversary. And right here, it says the unification of JP and international or global versions. Period is to be determined, but it's placed right around here. So sometime before the 10-year anniversary, maybe New Year's, maybe the worldwide celebration for after the 9-year anniversary in 2024. But ultimately, by the 10-year anniversary, I feel like we're just going to have a completely new game in the 10-year anniversary, and I'm very excited about it. This is a old game. A lot of you were a lot younger. I was a lot younger when this game started. A lot of things have changed in my life, and now we're going to be celebrating 10 years, and having this as a unification by that time is going to be very important for the remaining hype, right? You know, the global players didn't like the fact that JP ended up getting units, you know, a lot earlier, and then we have to wait, but there was some advantages for that. But we'll see how it goes from here on out. So know that, you know, we're not going to have a lot of major changes probably in these last 3 months here. I did make a video about this global timeline, and it seems like it's going to probably follow to this track here. Might be a little bit adjustments, but they're not going to add like the newer Dokkan Festival exclusives maybe a little bit early. Maybe 17 and 18 we might see during Christmas, or something, yeah, even a worldwide celebration during Christmas. But for sure during New Year's, it's going to be a worldwide celebration. And what we're going to see is the continuance of other worldwide celebrations that is not the download celebration. For example, Saiyan Day, for example, Golden Week, those are going to stay the same. Both versions of the game going to get that, and then leading into the worldwide celebration or New Year's of next year, 2024, then leading into the 10-year anniversary in 2025 is when we should absolutely see the merger happen. So that's huge news. At least we can not have to speculate and say, oh, you know, the JP units are going to come this early or that early, but I think they will start to quicken or have more celebrations. That's going to be both versions of the game. So let's go ahead and move on to the news that for me is like the biggest news, right? And that's discussing the normal yellow coin legendary summoning banners. And I've been asking for this for, I don't know, 4 or 5 years now. And they mentioned we're making this change because of, you know, social media, because of the player surveys, and we are going to get player survey, so make sure you do those. But here is the change. We are going to get finally a pity system, and this is how it's going to work. Perform summons to get legendary summoning coins limited, so I'm guessing those summon coins are only going to be for a particular banner, and you use it or lose it kind of scenario. That makes a lot of sense there, because I have like over 4,000 yellow coins, and if I'm able to pick up the new character, I won't be summoning on these banners for quite some time, right? So in exchange for a certain number of coins for new character, that is the key thing. You know, with the coin system now, you do have to wait until the unit comes back on a certain banner, and then you could purchase them, which is a fine system. But for those individuals who are just like summoning and summoning and summoning and going into a deeper hole, you guys have seen my my pity summons. It's been pretty rough at times. So this is going to be an amazing change. On top of that, it seems like they're going to do 7 rounds of guaranteed featured for every 3 multi-summons on these banners. And I think that's a great change as well, because especially when you are just focusing on featured units and not necessarily looking for the non-featured. Sometimes you are, like LR Bulma on certain banners, but having this system here, and I hope they add this to other banners as well. I really like that you get this guaranteed featured for every 3 multi-summons. Now, how is this going to work, and like what's the certain number of coins? What seems like they're kind of giving you hints here. So kind of breaking this down, 7 rounds only, 1 guaranteed feature per 3 multi-summons. That's 21 multi-summons that you're going to be basically getting your guaranteed on the 3rd multi, right? Or maybe the 4th multi. That's kind of how it's worded here, right? For every 3 multi-summons, you'll get a featured character. So maybe on the 3rd one, you will get the guarantee. So that's 21 multis. So if you kind of added those up, 21 multis equals 1,050 Dragon Stones. And I've always said, if we're going to have a pity system, make it 2,000 Dragon Stones, and I'll be very happy about it. But if they're going to make the pity system, and you're going to get the brand new yellow coin LR in 1,050 Dragon Stones, yo, I am standing O. I am so excited, because that's a lot less than what I'm expecting for a pity system. And I would say a lot of other people are saying, hey, 1,000 is good enough. Free to play players, they're not using a lot. But yeah, when I get into buying retail stones and stuff like that, that gets really bothersome. And when you look at the history of what I've done when it comes to yellow coin LRs, I haven't had much good luck. And the worst shaft I've ever gotten was in 2020, where I had to spend 4,155 Dragon Stones. There was a whole video series on this. And it took me that many Dragon Stones to pull 1 copy. Not to rainbow, not to get some dupes, just to pull 1 copy. And of course, as most recently, we had this Super Boo for Global, and I quit around 2,000 Dragon Stones. Like, I was like, it's the first time I ever quit any banner, like in 6 years. I was like, there's no point in this, especially for Super Boo, which isn't like a must-have unit. It's a good unit to have utility on certain teams, but there's really no team for him to be like best in slot at this point in time. So I was like, okay, I'm going to give up at 2,000 Dragon Stones. But if they are going to actually have your guaranteed coin, the limited coin to be purchased around 1,050 Dragon Stones, I'm going to be very excited. Now, again, that's just a guess for me. That's just, looking at what we're seeing here when it comes to the hints here. 7 rounds only, guaranteed recruit for every 3 multis. Okay, great. That's the calculation I came up with. So it could be 2,000 Dragon Stones. I don't know. If it goes there, I'm fine. If it's over 2,000 Dragon Stones, I wouldn't be a fan of it. But if it's 1,050, all day long. So, so what they showed here on another slide here is just this. They're really stressing that this is only for LR banners, which is the gold coin banners. And it's going to happen this month, boys and girls, right? So the Grayskull Goku, right? The Int base form Goku, the Spirit Bomb Goku, He-Man Goku, whatever you want to call him. I can just call him Grayskull Goku. That's going to happen, and this is the banner. It's going to unfold and figure out, okay, how many coins do we need to pick up the new unit, and then how many summons or Dragon Stones that we're going to use for that. That's going to be huge. Now, I really hope that they do add this for the other banners. I think they're just testing out on this banner, being that the gold coin legendary summoning banners have been watered down, and that's what they said in the video. Is like, it's in the long run, these banners are being less valuable. That's why they changed the featured to 3 featured LRs. Maybe they'll go even as far as 10 featured LRs in the future, because we have so many yellow coin LRs now that they might end up actually doing that as well. So we'll see. I'm excited to see when this drops and what this system is actually going to be. But again, if it's going to be 1,050, we're all winners. We're all winners for guaranteed a new unit on there. I always think that they're going to make more money by doing this anyway. So there you have it. Again, I hope they do add this in the Carnival banners or the Dokkan Fest banners, or at least the number 2 thing, right? 7 rounds only, guaranteed feature for every 3 multis. But of course, there's a lot of buy 3 get 1 free and discounts for those banners as well. So which usually legendary summoning banners don't, right? So they did talk about all this in the JP version of the game as well, right? So I'm not going to rehash that or re-go over the slides and the visuals there. But the only difference that we had on the JP version of the game was they discussed the quest mode for what the new unit is going to be, or at least the new unit that we've had for the current quest stages. And it's going to be Dokkan Awakened to a Trunks and Broly. And if you're following the story, I'm not going to spoil it for you, but it kind of leads into this, right? Trunks and Broly teaming up, which again is an interesting storyline, which they have kind of maybe some visuals versus just a little bit of text and reading. But all in all, it's a interesting pairing, right? People are like, when did this ever happen? Well, it never happened. It happens in Dokkan, right? So that's the JP version there. But hey, the big news is this. I'm so excited about it. For me, being not like a super whale, and I just want to get 1 copy of the unit on every single major banner. This is going to help me out so much, and I think it's going to help a lot of you guys out as well. And then on top of that, of course, discussing the schedule here. So tell me what you guys think in the comment section below. Are you excited? Are you disappointed? Tell me how many Dragon Stones you think it might be for the guarantee LR. And yeah, and Dokkan, maybe here's a suggestion too, is not drop news at 3 o'clock in the morning for me. But that's just for preference for me. Anyway, if you're new to my channel, like, subscribe, comment below, do all that good stuff. Thank you all for watching. Keep on Dokkaning. We'll catch you next time. Later.